Alright guys, it's Patty Killer Zero. I'm back with a brand new NHL 19 rebuild. We're doing the Toronto Maple Leafs, and basically this is the first season, but before we do that, I just want to do this quick intro, because I forgot to record the intro. But obviously it's the Maple Leafs rebuild with like the Tyson Barrie, like the off-season realistic rebuild. Um, it's a pretty good rebuild. Obviously, basically I simulate the first season, didn't really do anything. I signed Mitch Marner, I let go some guys, but this is obviously the Tyson Barrie, Alex Kerfoot for Nazem Kadri trade rebuild. So this is the second season. This is officially the first season, and I simulated everything, and we ended up winning. As you can see, 57 games with 120 points. It's crazy. 110 points for John Tavares, which is really, really good. He had like 110 points with 67 goals. William Nylander had 89 points as well. He had 22 goals, 67 assists. Really just feeding Tavares. Marner, Matthews, and Johnson. This was our first line, and they played really well. Marner had 82 points. I gave him a pretty good contract, a 3-year, $6.1 million bridge deal contract for Marner. Matthews, again, he got 79 points. That's his best season so far in his career. And then Johnson had 75 points, and he's a steal of a contract. Raleigh had 58, and as you can see, Tyson Barrie, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this summer, so hopefully we can win this season. But as you can see, we ended up finishing 57 and 19. We're going to be versing the Buffalo Sabres, which I'm not really worried about because we've literally won 17 more games than them. But we're first in the league by 4 points. Chicago was right behind us, so Chicago has a pretty good team. So looking at all of that, we were really, really good this season. I'm going to show you guys the entire league. So I forgot to show you guys the entire league, but this is the entire league. Tarasenko had 6 more points than Tavares, but Tarasenko, Tavares, Kane, O'Reilly, Kessel, Ovechkin, Tall, DeBrincat, Crosby, Sagan, the list goes on, and you can see the rest of the guys on that list. So I want you guys to drop a like, and if you guys, I'm thinking of maybe doing a Rangers off-season rebuild with the Rangers. With the Panarin signing, doing an offseason Rangers rebuild, or potentially doing a Dallas Stars rebuild. So, again, we're going to be versing the Buffalo Sabres, who, again, I'm not really too worried about. I mean, obviously, like, they got Jeff Skinner. They have a pretty good team, but I think we're going to beat them. I would predict us beating them in 6 games, just because I feel like we're better than them. I mean, that's just my personal feeling. Game 1, we lose, and I think I may have jinxed this. I think I may have jinxed this. I'm kind of scared now. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we win. So this is 2-2. I'm kind of getting scared. I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of getting scared here. Come on. Let's win this Game 5. We lose. Game 6, we lose. So we lose in 6 games. Oh, my God. We pulled the Tampa Bay Lightning. We didn't get swept, but we lost in 6 games to Buffalo, and this Toronto Maple Leaf team can't get out of the first round. So, damn, that sucks. I think I jinxed it there, which I can't believe we lost to Buffalo, man. I mean, just looking at this team, it's really hard. I don't know. We're going to have to sim to the draft. We're going to have to go through the offseason now, which it's going to be tough because we have some bad contracts. I think I would really like to trade Nikita Zaitsev. That's really going to be one of the moves I'm going to, hope to make. Is trading Nikita Zaitsev. If I can trade Nikita Zaitsev's ridiculous contract, upgrade that, I feel like really that's our only thing that we can really improve this team is trading his contract. We also need to hope that Timothy Liljegren continues to grow. So the Winnipeg Jets ended up winning the Stanley Cup, which is pretty interesting. They ended up winning the Cup. We're going to go to the NHL draft, all of that. I think really the main focus I really have for this team is just, here's the draft lottery results: Minnesota, Edmonton, Ottawa, Anaheim, Vegas. We do have our first round pick this season. Last year, we didn't have it because the pre-trade with LA. So I'm really hoping that we won 57 games. That's so many wins. So really, regular season's not our goal. But I'm going to show you guys the awards, all that stuff. So Winnipeg won the Cup. We won the President's Trophy, and we lost in the first round. So we had the President's Trophy because Art Ross, Tarasenko, and the Hart. Hedman with the Norris, Lady Bing to Patty Kane, Jack Hughes with the Calder Memorial, and he ended up going to the Vancouver Canucks. So the Canucks got Pedersen the year before and Jack Hughes. Conn Smythe to Keller Hellebuck, Vesna went to Freddie Anderson. William Mem Jennings went to Freddie Anderson as well. So we got two of the goalies here. And then Bill Matchson went to Cernok. Frank Soki to O'Reilly, Tarasenko with three more awards. So Tarasenko had a crazy evening, and there's a playoff tree just to show you guys. I know some people are interested in this. So Dallas, Winnipeg beat Chicago in 6, Dallas in 7, LA in 7, and Washington in 5. And how far did Buffalo go? Buffalo actually went to the conference finals before losing. So yeah, we're gonna simulate the draft, but again, I'm gonna hope that I can trade Nikita Zaitsev's ridiculous contract. See if anybody wants it. I'm gonna just see how much value he has, but I mean, really, that's like again, we can't really upgrade this team too much. We gotta hope that Matthews, Marner, they continue to grow. Nylander, Liljegren, and hopefully like our young guys continue to grow. But other than that, really we can't really upgrade this team via free agency because we have no cap space. So we have to. I gotta pull off my GM magic tricks, but I'm gonna show you guys what Zaitsev's worth. He's worth that much, so maybe like that $4.5 million. If I can get rid of that contract, it's gonna like be really blessing for me to get rid of that contract. Maybe bring in, I don't know, Colorado. I don't know, Chicago wants him. Detroit wants him. Edmonton wants him. So maybe I can work out a deal with the Oilers. But I'll be right back, and I'll see you guys in free agency. Alright guys, so we're back. We're in the off season, but it was a really disappointing year. This was basically year 2. It was pretty disappointing. We actually ended up finishing off the year 50, 24, and 8, which we finished up with 7 less wins. But we lost in 7 games to Montreal. So we lost in 7 games, and we've been on a first round drought. So year 1, we lost in, I think, 6 games. And then now we lost in 7 games. And obviously, the previous year, Toronto lost to... So it's just been, like, bad. Like, we've not been able to get out of the first round, even with me as a general manager. So I think this team's just cursed. But I think, like, just the way... Like, I had to let go of some players for this team. So we had to let go of a bunch of guys. But here are the points. Tavares had 82. Matthews had 81. Marner had 79. We ended up trading for David Perron in the middle of the season just to make this team even stronger. We didn't win the cup, but we also had to let go of Andres Johnson. Andres Johnson, I think, was an 86 overall. We just could not afford to keep him. Like, we did not have the cap space to keep him on the team. But we upgraded the defensive core a lot. We traded Nikita Zaitsev. But we just, like, our team, our core, we still have our core together. We still have our core together of Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares. We still have that core together with O'Reilly and Barrie on the defensive core. I still think this is probably one of the best teams, like, for me, I've made. Like, I think from all the rebuilds I've made, the best team I probably have ever constructed was probably the Vancouver Canucks one. So if we don't win a Stanley Cup with this team, because this is the final season of this rebuild, we're going into the final year. If we don't win, it's going to be quite sad because personally I think like you can't really upgrade this team. Like this team's kind of already made for you. It's really already made for you. So it's kind of going to be hard to really upgrade this team. But I still have that medium franchise goalie. So if I see a player that I want to trade for, I might throw in that medium franchise and go after maybe a Connor McDavid. Who knows? Like I could end up trading Austin Matthews for like a McDavid. Maybe not that's gonna happen, but I have a medium franchise goalie who's definitely my biggest trade asset, so I can definitely make this team even better. But the problem is like cap space is a huge problem for us. Like we have like 1 million in cap space, and we just cannot afford. Like that's what I'm saying. We can't upgrade this team in free agency. Only in trades, and even in trades, we can't upgrade this team. So we had a trade offer here, which is interesting. This is a trade offer, so they want to give me a second, and I have to give up a second and a fourth for Ryan Strome, who is a 80 overall. So if he can be our fourth line center, I might actually end up doing this trade. So I want to see my center core. So we got, okay, yeah. So I'm actually all right. So let me see our center core. I mean, there's not really no point. We already have 4 really good centers. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make this trade. It just feels like a waste to make this trade, so I'm not gonna do it. We're going to next season, but hopefully, like, we can do good.
Just hopefully we have a good season. Like, we still have Freddie Anderson in that. Our defensive core, in my opinion, is really, really, really good. So here are the lines. Let's see what the lines are set up for us going into year 3. So we have William Nylander's in 87. So they want to have Nylander, Tavares, Marner, Nick Patan, Austin Matthews, and David Perron. So our top 6 kind of is hurt without Andres Johnson. But just look at the rest of the team. Like, our second line is really good. A third line, pardon me. We got Drake Kaluja, Jeremy Parayko, Kapanen, Peter Stastny. The center core is good, but obviously the wingers aren't really that strong. Defensively, we got Morgan Rally and Tyson Barrie. We got Timothy Liljegren, who's just an absolute beast. And we have Jake Muzzin. We have Travis Dermott and Travis. So it's got the two Travises playing together. Travis Sanaham, who we traded for. We traded Sanaham for Zaitsev. But look at this defensive core. Like, this is a really solid defensive core with all that depth. They got, like, the 2 superstars, and we got, like, the depth on this team. And obviously, goaltending is Freddie Anderson with David Ricci. I got a good backup goalie this season. So I think this team is pretty good. I want to see who's scratched. But yeah, okay, I think this team's really, really good, and we still have another good defensive prospect. Like, I still end up thinking, so actually, I'm going to change something. I'm going to get rid of Gagne, and I'm going to put in this 80 overall left winger we have, who I think is 23. So yeah, we got this guy, 24 years old. So this team is honestly really, 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 really good. So that's the team for you guys, and I'll see you guys at trade deadline. Alright guys, so end of season number 3, this is the regular season, really tough regular season. We finished 44, 29, and 9, but like we finished, like, I think the beginning of October, we started off like 1, 8, and 1, so we had a really bad season, but we still ended up finishing 2nd in the Atlantic Division with 97 points. But Boston ended up finishing with 109 points. It was a rough year, I would say, for a lot of our players. Just like personally, I mean, the scoring went down a lot this year. For most of this season, David Perron was our leading scorer. I had to literally, I threw Matthews, Marner, and Tavares on the same line. So Marner had 70 points, Tavares had 67, Perron had 67, Matthews had 64, Nylander had 63, O'Reilly had 64, just seeing everything. We also got Nick Bjugstad in a trade. I traded like a 2nd-round pick for him just to make our center core even better because Peter Stastny dropped down to a 78 overall. So, like, there was no point in me having him running our 4th-line center. So we have a really sick center core. It's a really weird regular season for us, I think, personally, because we haven't won the Stanley Cup with this team. We also haven't made it out of the first round. So the first 2 seasons we lost in the first round, and I thought our teams were so good. So we're versing Tampa Bay, and I really do hope that we actually at least make it out of the first round. Because if we don't, this is probably one of the worst rebuilds I've done. Because the team in front of us is really good on paper, but we just haven't been able to win. So right now the series is 1-1. I'm kind of worried because this is the final season of this rebuild. I'm hoping that we can win. So game 3, we win. Big game 4 here. Can we go up 3-1? And we do. We're up 3-1. Hey, I'm not going to be too excited because last year we choked a 3-1 lead. We choked a 3-1 lead. Game 5, we lose. Okay, I'm scared. I'm scared now. I am very scared. I don't want to choke again. Come on. Can we please make it out of the first round? Okay. 3-0. 4-0. 4-1, we end up winning, and we're finally moving on. So we finally, after the 3rd season, we're finally moving on, and we're gonna move on, and we're probably gonna end up playing Boston, which is not good at all. So I'm kind of worried on who we're playing. So yeah, we're versing the Boston Bruins, which is scary. They won a lot, so we'll see how this goes. First 2 games against the Boston Bruins, we lose both of them, so we're down 0-2 against Boston, man. Again, like, I mean, I really can't believe we lost in the first round last year. Like, that's one I couldn't believe. But personally, man, I'm not surprised. Like, Boston is really OP. So I'm going to go best lines. I'm going to change up the lines right now. I want to stack these lines, though. So we have Perron, Nylander, Marner. Okay, this team is pretty good. Or, I mean, just, I don't know, like, Freddie Anderson has been pretty good. Like, you look at this team on paper, this should be a Stanley Cup contender. But just we haven't been able to get the job done for this team. And I'm kind of annoyed. So we're down 0-2 to Boston. I kind of lost hope, man. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this. So, I mean, if we lose, it's quite sad because the farthest we've made is going to be the 2nd round if we lose this series. So, let's see. 1-1. This is a must-win game for us. And we go down 0-3. Ah, I don't know. Is this really the NHL 19 sim engine? I think it is. We're down 0-3. There's like literally no way we're gonna come back. I don't know. Okay, we win. We're down 3-1. Can we mull for comeback? Probably not. Okay. Okay. Oh my. Okay. I'm kind of scared now. I'm kind of scared. Game 6. I don't know. I think like, yeah, we lose. So, we lose in 6 games. We went down 0-3, and the farthest we made is the second round. So that's gonna be the entire rebuild. Like, I'm not going to a 4th year. Personally, this is probably the best roster I've constructed because we're championship contenders. Just we didn't make it out of the second round. Just shows you how tough the Atlantic Division is. Obviously, I'll show you guys the player stats for this season, the playoffs. Obviously, Nylander led the way. Perron had 10. But obviously, you can see that, Matthews wasn't really that good for us. I mean, you see his stats. Wasn't the best for us. Like, the first year, he had 79 points. Second year, 81. But, like, the third year, he just wasn't good. I mean, this entire team wasn't good in, like, this third season was really bad. Like, the first season, we won 57 games. We lost in the first round. Second season, we won 50 games. We lost in the first round. And in this season, we won, like, 44 games. And we lose in the second round. It's just really disappointing what we do with this team. But that's going to be the entire video for you guys. I'm going to be doing a New York Rangers rebuild next. I'm going to do all these offseason rebuilds. But that's going to be the rebuild. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. Catch you guys next one.